Hello, my name is David Nakkila with iPro Realty and the Your Green Homes real estate team. Thank you so much for tuning in today. For those of you tuning in for the very first time, special shout out to you guys. Today we will be discussing the pros and cons of purchasing new construction. Stay tuned until the very end to find out one thing that is both actually a pro and a con about buying new construction. We're just going to jump straight into this video. The first one is a pro, and that is the fact that you will be the first one living in the home and you're actually going to be able to pick out the finishes. So that's a really nice touch so that you don't have to be doing any renovations once you've moved in. You can pick out the finishes that you like, the cabinets you like, the flooring, as well as possibly appliances. It all depends on the builder and how they work. But that's a really nice touch to have when you're purchasing something, is being able to get what you want right out the gate. The other thing with purchasing brand new is that you are getting today's standard of building code. So you're not getting some older 10-year, 20-year, 30-year, 40-year, 100+ year building code. You are getting today's standards. And sometimes that peace of mind when you're purchasing something is a huge benefit and blessing in terms of not having to worry about, was this done correctly or not? Is this something I should worry about? Should I repair this? That you sometimes get when you buy a resale home. Of course, one of the biggest pros about purchasing a new build is that you get a 7-year warranty here in Ontario, and it's called the Tarion home warranty. I will be doing a separate video on the Tarion warranty, so if you're interested in watching that, please hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for a future video on the Tarion home warranty. Another really big pro is that you should have very minimal maintenance over the next 5 to 10 years because, of course, you are purchasing this brand new. Also, something that you don't have to worry about is having unexpected expenses like roof, windows, doors, plumbing issues, things like that. You shouldn't have those types of issues just because you are buying it brand new and you have a Tarion warranty to cover some of those issues during that time period. Usually pretty unlikely that things are going to start failing after the warranty ends. One of the biggest pros about buying a new build is that often homes that are between like 5 to 10 years old are usually the most desirable types of homes to be purchased by buyers in the resale market. So now let's jump into the cons, what everyone's been waiting for. And remember, if you stick around to the very end, you will see both a pro and a con, and you want to find out what that is. So please stay watching and check it out to the very end. If you're liking this video right now, please hit that like button and the subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you have any comments on the pros that I've done so far and the cons that are to follow, please do let me know. Leave a comment down below. So the first con is that usually you need more funds up front in order to purchase a house. You'll have a larger down payment. Sometimes you may need to purchase appliances, paint, window coverings, fence/deck, or landscaping. Now, some of those you don't have to do right away once you move in. They are extra expenses that you may incur. That's one of the cons of buying a new build. So that's something to weigh when you're considering between buying a brand new build or buying a resale home, is you want to just take that into consideration and plan accordingly with your budget. It's good to speak to your real estate agent and get some comparables about resale homes and brand new homes. Compare the differences and plan for those costs and see which one makes best sense for you. Another con, this basically I touched on in the first point, is the fact that you do need a larger down payment before the closing. Usually you put about 20% upfront, but it is structured. So you say you're purchasing a house on signing, you put down 10 grand. 30 days later, you put down up to the 5% of whatever the purchase price is, and then another 30 days after that, and so on and so forth. You put another 5%, adding up to a total of 20%. Usually, most new builds require about 20% up front. There are some cases where you get just 10% or 15%, and in rare cases, you'll find something that only requires a 5% deposit, which can be really helpful if you don't have the funds up front. So that's another thing that you just want to take into account and consideration, is how much available cash do you have on hand at the time. And that will just help you figure out if purchasing resale or new build is right for you. Now, this con is the fact that it takes a while to build a new build. So if you're buying right when the development gets released, you may have to wait 2 to 4 years depending on what it is. Condos, obviously condo buildings are going to take quite a while to build. I've seen some take as long as 5 years. So that's something to take into account, is how quickly do you need this condo, townhouse, semi, or home? Do you need it somewhat fairly quickly, or can you wait a few years? That's something that you need to take into account and figure out your timeline. Do you want to keep renting during that time? Are you in a house that you can stay in, you're not forced to sell? Or do you have family that you can move in with? These are all things you want to take into account and consider when you're thinking of purchasing a new build. So the moment you've all been waiting for, the pro and the con. So the pro and the con is that there's usually no negotiating with a builder. The pro part about that is there's no bidding wars. So you're not going to be blindly bidding against other people, trying to figure out what you should pay, how much over asking you should go. Pick what floor plan you want, pick what lot you want, or what unit you want, and that's all you got to do. Put down your money, sign the paperwork, bada bing, bada bang, you got a new house. So in that sense, it's a really great thing, is the fact that you aren't competing against anyone. But once you say you want something, sign your name, put down your 5, 10, 20 grand, whatever it is, then that unit is yours. You have 10 days to review the paperwork with your lawyer, as well as come up with mortgage financing, just to make sure you do qualify for that money. Although you should have done this beforehand anyways, as proof to show the builder that you are going to be able to close. And then the lawyer has that time to review the documents. Typically, I will look at the documents, but full disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. That's something you want your lawyer to look at, because that is who is going to be legally responsible if something were to go wrong with the paperwork side of things. I do have a lot of knowledge about it, as I've helped multiple clients buy properties in Oakville, Stouffville, Cambridge, Guelph. I do have a lot of knowledge with the builder forms, just based on all the deals and experience that I have with that. But you still want to have a lawyer look at it. I'm able to assist by pointing things out that you may not necessarily notice. But again, 100% I am not giving lawyer advice. You need to use your own lawyer. So I have just a couple pointers and tips here that you may want to take into consideration. When you are signing a contract for a new build, you do want to look for development fees. So these are fees that may get added on at the closing day based on how much the utilities cost to install, if there's overages during the construction process as well. So that's something you really want to look at on the contract. And again, that's something your lawyer, keep that in mind, your lawyer is going to look at. And you want to just double check with your lawyer, ask them about the development fees, what they think about it. As well, you can ask me what I think about it, if it's reasonable for the industry or not. If you like this video, definitely smash that subscribe button. And if you're considering purchasing a new build or a resale, I do business in both. So let me know. I'm happy to help, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have in regards to new builds or resale homes. Now, there's a lot of things I didn't cover in this video about new builds, but it would take way too long to cover everything. So I like to basically prepare these videos, give some information that will benefit you and provide value to you. That's what this video is. If you are considering purchasing a new build, I'm happy to send you some new build developments, or maybe you found a development that you like and you need some advice from a real estate agent. Please contact me. My info is down below, but my phone number is 647-627-8192. If you are interested in making a move, definitely let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name's Dave Nakkila with iPro Realty and the Your Green Homes Real Estate team, signing off.